Are you like 60% of Americans who feel anxious about their financial future? Are you nervous about selecting investments in your retirement accounts? If you relate to these feelings, our goal here in Chapter 3 of How to Retire is to help you feel less anxious about your financial future by boosting your retirement investing confidence. Let's jump in. The first step to your retirement investing strategy is to understand which of two investor types you are. First, let's talk about the do-it-myself investor. These are financially sophisticated people who are willing to take on additional risks. Those who actively monitor financial markets and prefer to pick and choose their own investments. On the other hand, if that doesn't sound like you might be a do-it-for-me investor. These are less financially sophisticated people who prefer a more hands-off approach. One who feels peace of mind trusting professional fund companies to properly diversify their portfolio. Now, there's no wrong answer to this question, but what type of investor are you? Do you prefer to manage your retirement investments yourself? Or do you feel more comfortable having the professionals manage them for you? After considering your investor type, let's discuss the important concept of pooled funds. These are investment vehicles where the money from a wide variety of people's accounts are joined together or pooled and invested as one large investor. A professional fund company then decides which stocks, bonds, or other securities the money should be invested in. Some of the key benefits of pooling are: investors can buy more shares when they're a larger group, which leads to lower fees. Pooled funds are also diversified, leading to a more balanced and stable investing experience. Some examples of pooled funds that we utilize when helping our clients are mutual funds, CITs, and ETFs. But how about this question? Which pooled funds should you consider investing in? Which brings us to the next step of our process, your investing strategy. First, for the small percent of people who are legitimate do-it-myself investors, you can look to your retirement plan's pooled fund menu to pick the investments that meet your needs. But if you're like many Americans who are not as financially sophisticated and prefer a do-it-for-me strategy, you should strongly consider what are called asset allocation funds. There are two types that you should be aware of. First of those two is our preferred default investment and are called age-appropriate target date funds. These funds pool investors together based on when they expect to retire. For example, if you plan to retire in the year 2065, you would be invested in the 2065 target date fund. The fund company would then gradually lower your investment risk as the year 2065 approaches. A key benefit of target date funds is a simplified investment experience. They're also diversified portfolios, which can mean peace of mind for many people. But what if you're a do-it-for-me investor with a risk tolerance that's quite different than others your age? If that's you, you might consider investing in what are called risk-based asset allocation funds, if they're offered in your retirement plan. These risk-based asset allocation funds are similar to their target date counterparts, being that they're professionally managed, diversified portfolios that are designed to help do-it-for-me investors on their retirement journey. However, It's critically important to understand the key difference between the two asset allocation funds, which is the investment risk in these funds does not automatically go down as retirement approaches. Rather, the fund company maintains a consistent level of investment risk. Some examples of risk-based funds that we may utilize with our clients are growth, moderate, and conservative funds. Given the risk does not go down as one nears retirement, these investors should stay well informed about financial markets and revisit their investment elections at least annually. Okay, we have covered a lot of ground here in Chapter 3 of How to Retire. Let's recap to boost your investing confidence by reviewing our retirement investing cheat sheet. And by the way, we'd encourage you to take a screenshot of our cheat sheet so that you can review at your leisure. This process first begins by understanding which of two investor types you are. If you are not financially sophisticated and you prefer to trust investment professionals or fund companies to diversify your retirement accounts, you're like many Americans that we refer to as do-it-for-me investors on the left side of our cheat sheet. If that's you, we recommend you strongly consider your retirement plan's asset allocation funds for your default investment. We'd first point you to the age-appropriate target date funds, but if your risk profile is meaningfully different from others your age, you might also consider investing in the risk-based asset allocation funds if they're offered in your plan. We recommend do-it-for-me investors to review their investment elections at least annually. If, on the other hand, you are financially sophisticated and you prefer to take on additional risks, you may be part of this small group of Americans who are legitimate do-it-myself investors, which you'll find on the right side of our cheat sheet. If that's you, you might consider investing in any of the funds that are offered in your retirement plan. Do-it-myself investors, and this is very important, should closely monitor the financial markets and revisit their investment elections quarterly. This is TK talking personal finance, not rocket science, 401tk.com.